Goalkeeper injury epidemic at January camp. Dax McCarty gets traded. Diego Costa move cancelled. MLS gets super drafty. And Juventus get bold with their rebrand. Good morning, everybody. I'm Darryl Grove, and you're listening to The Goalmouth, your daily serving of bite-sized soccer news, delivered fresh every morning by Howler Magazine, Dirty Tackle, and The Total Soccer Show. Because sometimes too many chefs makes the food even better. We'll start with a US national team update. January camp is underway in Carson, and it's already down 2 goalkeepers. Bill Hamid had to withdraw with an injury to his right knee, the same knee which kept him out of last year's camp. And Seattle's Stephen Fry, the man who laughed in the face of gravity to win MLS Cup, is out with a sprained ankle. Bruce Arena has called in 28-year-old LA Galaxy goalkeeper Brian Rowe as a replacement, and Rowe was last seen throwing a Voodoo for Dummies book into Castaic Lake. And yes, I did Google biggest lake in Los Angeles County for that joke. Next up, Dax McCarty is also in January camp, but when the fiery-haired midfielder returns to club soccer, he'll no longer be a New York Red Bull, because Dax has been traded to Chicago Fire for $400,000 in allocation money, which is almost as good as real money. My initial quick take on this: great move for the Chicago Fire. They'll get to pair McCarty with former LA Galaxy midfielder Juninho to create the hardest working midfield in the Midwest. But absolute silliness from the New York Red Bulls, right? Dax was A, captain, B, key to the team's high energy, high pressing style, and C, presumably very happy and settled and not looking to move. He was like the opposite of Diego Costa and Dimitri Payet. That said, MLSsoccer.com's Matt Doyle published an excellent take on this, which I'll link to in the Goalmouth newsletter, predicting that either A, the Red Bulls think youngsters like Tyler Adams are ready to step up and take over, which is exciting, or B, the Red Bulls are about to adopt the same 4-2-2-2 crazy fun formation that sister club Red Bull Leipzig are having great success with in the Bundesliga. Speaking of Costa and Payet, let's talk about it. Let's start with Diego Costa, who's having a great season with Chelsea until Chinese Super League team Tianjin Quanjian offered to pay him £30 million a year to score goals for them instead. Costa then developed a mysterious bad back, which both the club's medical staff and Antonio Conte say is not real. So now Costa is training solo, and Chelsea are beating other Premier League teams without him. This morning's update is that Tianjin Quanjian owner Xu Yuhu now says the deal is off because they can't wait until the summer, and anyway, they're talking to Edison Cavani instead. This leaves Diego Costa looking a little silly, but my prediction is Chelsea will eventually need him and that he scores for the Blues again before Valentine's Day, and his teammates all kiss him on the cheeks. On the east side of London, West Ham's Dimitri Payet says he wants to leave in January and will not play for the club again. West Ham say, sorry son, you're going nowhere. And by the way, we beat Crystal Palace 3-0 without you. And did you see Andy Carroll's goal? Meanwhile, Marseille are making lowball offers of £22 million for West Ham's best player. In fairness to Payet, it seems he really wants to move his family back to France. It's not like he's holding out for a move to Real Madrid or Barcelona or the Chinese Super League. My second bold prediction of the day is that West Ham will sell as soon as Marseille makes an offer that makes good business sense. Here's to this move getting done in January so we don't have to read about it for the next 6 months. Certain goalmouthers, Ryan Bailey, Brooks Peck, forgot to fulfill their patriotic duty by reporting that this was happening, but the MLS Super Draft, or Super Draft as Ryan would have called it, was in full force this past Friday. The whole world predicted that Minnesota United would draft Duke University's Jeremy Ebobisse at number 1, and the whole world was wrong. Minnesota instead went for UCLA's Ghanaian forward Abu Danladi instead, with Ebobisse going to the Portland Timbers at number 4. Proof once again that mock drafts deserve to be made fun of in some way. I can't think of a good word for it. Other high-profile picks include big defender Miles Robinson, who Atlanta United took with their number 2 pick, pacey winger Jonathan Lewis, who NYCFC took at number 3 after trading up, and Total Soccer Show favourite Jackson Ewell, the number 5 pick who's headed to the San Jose Earthquakes. Messrs Ebobisse, Robinson and Lewis were also recently named to the US Under-20 team that's prepping for World Cup qualifying. So remember, you heard those names here first, unless you read TopDrawSoccer.com, in which case you heard those names several years ago. Finally, Juventus revealed their new crest on Monday, replacing the old black and white stripy badge with a large, bold black and white letter J. The internet responded in a calm and measured fashion, taking a long view of history and giving the new design a fair chance. Just kidding. Everybody was, of course, horrified, as it is anytime any famous brand updates any element of its graphic design, because everything should stay the same forever, and scary new shapes somehow symbolise the end of history, and soon all of time and space will fold in on itself, and then what are we going to do? On that note, I want to say thank you to everyone who gave the Goalmouth an iTunes review lately. We broke that magic 100 reviews barrier and then some, and we're very proud, so thank you. Recent reviews include Wolverpool Tater Tot, who says, I value this show as much as the Chinese Super League values overpaying foreign players. Nate the Great, who says, the fake British accents are the best. Uh-oh, been rumbled. And Jason Theo13, who left a series of emojis. Thumbs up, fist bump, thumbs up, soccer ball, trophy, pint of beer, flame emoji. And the same to you, Jason Theo13, the same to you. I've been Daryl Grove. The man himself, George Qureshi, will be with you on Wednesday. Until then, I'll leave you with today's Goalmouth top tip. Chinese medicine does not always cure a bad back.